My name is Tina Wilson. I am chairperson of the Charles County Board of Education. I will now call this public forum to order. Will you please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all. Again, thank you for joining us tonight. Before I turn it over to Dr. Navarro, I'd like to introduce student board member Ian Hurd, Mr. Michael Lucas, and Ms. Liz Brown. Again, thank you for joining us, and at this time, I will turn it over to our superintendent, Dr. Maria Navarro.
Thank you, Ms. Wilson. Good evening. For those of you who are watching us from home, we are in our next to last redistricting meeting, hopefully to gather feedback and input from the community. At the September board meeting, I brought forward recommendations to the board. The superintendent recommendation that was brought forward was option A from what was presented, and we will go through that this evening. Just a reminder to the community that we will also have tomorrow evening, also at 6 o'clock, I'm sorry. We will have our final redistricting hearing, and it will be online. And so if you want to join that, please go to our website for information on how to join. So with that, I'll pass it to Mr. Himes so that we can get started. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. As Dr. Navarro said, we're going to go over the proposal that was put forward to the board and to the community on the September 14th board meeting. This evening, I have Steve Andritz, who is one of our two co-facilitators for the redistricting committee, and Mr. Andritz will be going through the slides this evening. So at this point, I turn it over to Mr. Andritz.
Good evening. Tonight we are here to discuss the superintendent's recommendation for the middle school, comprehensive middle school redistricting. This is the first of two public hearings, as was mentioned. First slide shows you a rendering of Benjamin Stoddart. We have a few facts for you on Benjamin Stoddart Middle School. There are two factors that were the drivers behind this middle school redistricting. Number one, the expansion and renovation of Benjamin Stoddart, which, as we see here, is a $48 million project. It increases the square footage of the school from 105,800 to 148,317. It additionally will increase the state-rated capacity from 711 students to 975, which is the proposed number. It is a phased while occupied construction that will complete in the fall of 2022. The first phase was the addition, which opened to start this school year. Next, we have the superintendent's charge, and I'm just going to read this. The redistricting committee is charged with creating two alternatives that will establish new middle school boundaries. This is a comprehensive middle school redistricting with a focus on redrawing an expanded attendance zone for Benjamin Stoddart, which is receiving a complete renovation and expansion scheduled for completion for the start of school year 22-23. Board Policy 1900 establishes procedures for redistricting. Our goal is to move some students among all middle schools with due consideration of state-rated capacities, or SRC, and anticipated growth using targeted enrollments provided by school and county government staff. Several guidelines that were given to the redistricting committees as they were doing their work. All neighborhoods are eligible for redistricting except those currently designated as non-transport or walking zones. Whenever possible, the redistricting committee should not split neighborhoods between schools. The redistricting committee should account for current and future residential development when meeting enrollment targets. The committee should consult with transportation representatives regarding the possible effects of possible effects to existing bus routes when moving students, and if there are questions on routes and ride times. When proposing changes to existing school zones, move students furthest away from their current school to another school whose current attendance boundary borders the existing. So starting with the outer layers and working your way in as you make adjustments. Next slide. Back one. The redistricting committee was selected at the October 13th, 2020 board meeting. There were 11 parents selected through random draw to serve on the committee, 2 elementary school parents, 1 high school parent, and 8 middle school parents, so 1 from each of the existing middle schools. Additionally, the board selected 3 community at-large members for the committee and 4 school principals. The principals were not from the middle school level. They were from either elementary, middle, or from the alternative school. There were additionally staff from Charles County Public Schools and 3 local government planners from the town of La Plata and Charles County government that were there to support the committee. The timeline: October of 2020, the redistricting committee was selected. Public information town hall session was held on October 26th virtually. In November, the redistricting committee began to meet weekly, and then unfortunately, due to the current pandemic, the meetings had to be paused. In May of 2021, the committee resumed their weekly meetings, and in July, the redistricting committee completed their work, July of 2021. In August, at the August 10th board meeting, the committee presented their recommendations to the board, the Alternative A and Alternative B plans, and public hearings were held on Monday, August 23rd from 6 to 8 virtually, Tuesday, August 24th from 6:30 to 8:30 at La Plata High School in the auditorium, and a follow-up 3rd meeting was held virtually on Tuesday, September 7th from 6 to 8. In September, the superintendent presented her recommendation to the board at the September 14th board meeting. Tonight, we're here for the first of 2 public hearings on the superintendent's recommendation, which is Alternative A. This is in the Westlake High School auditorium from 6:30 to 8:30, and tomorrow night, Tuesday, the 28th of September from 6 to 8 virtually. Then in October, the board will take action. The redistricting decision takes effect at the start of the 22-23 school year. The superintendent's recommendation, as was mentioned, is for Alternative A with several key points. Alternative A has a better balance of the growth areas of St. Charles and the growth that is coming in the Heritage Green neighborhood, which is mostly located in the town of La Plata boundaries, but additionally some in the county. And it balances that growth between Benjamin Stoddart Middle School and Milton Summers Middle School. Plan A has a better use of the added capacity that is going to exist at Benjamin Stoddart Middle School, and it also spreads the enrollment around and retains enrollment in the development district at or near the state rated capacity, which will benefit as a future justification for the next brand new middle school, which is middle school number 9. The last point is that Plan A moves less overall existing students than Plan B. So we have a map here. This shows the current boundaries of the entire county of all the middle schools. This is an overview of Alternative A of all the maps. As was mentioned, Alternative A moves 992 existing students. Worth noting, these existing students may be at a different elementary school will end at a different middle school than where they were originally scheduled to go, but that is existing students that will be moved. That does not account for the growth number. So we have several maps to show you, and we'll go through these first ones, and then we'll just highlight them as we go along. The first map you see here is for Theodore G. Davis Middle School, and what you see is a dark outline of the new zone, and Alternative A has a split zone, so you actually have the zone where it is 2 separate areas, and you'll see there are 2 areas highlighted in green that are new areas that are moving in from other existing zones. So in the upper right-hand portion, there's a block moving in to Davis from Mattawoman, and in the lower right zone, there's 2 blocks that are moving in from Matthew Hanson. One of the things we should note while we're talking is that all of the county is divided up into attendance blocks. These are how the students are accounted for and is a essential part of what is used as part of the redistricting. Additionally, one of the things that is done in coordination with the county and the town is to take all subdivision information for current subdivisions that are building now or will be building and potentially generating students within the next 5 years, and putting them into those enrollment blocks. So as the committee moves students, they also move and account for those future students that will be there in a 1 to 2 year window and a 3 to 5 year window. The state rated capacity at Davis Middle School is 997. Their official September 30th, 2019 enrollment was 885. The Alternative A has the school year 22-23 opening number at 934 students, and in school year 25-26 at 950 students. The next slide shows you the map of all the enrollment blocks with the zone shown complete for Davis Middle School. And the third and final map is a map that shows the underlying road network, so easier to identify where residents are located. Additionally, we will talk about the interactive map when we get to the end. Next, we have John Hanson Middle School for Alternative A. You have two areas in red that are moving out. One is moving out on the left-hand side to Stoddart, and one moving out on the lower right-hand side to Summers. And there's a very small green area sort of in the middle along the southern edge that's moving in from Stoddart. The state rated capacity at John Hanson is 797, and their official September 30, 2019 enrollment was 893 students. For school year 22-23, Plan A has their enrollment projected at 805, and their enrollment for 25-26 projected at 833. This is the attendance zone with the enrollment block shown for John Hanson under Alternative A, and this is the map with the underlying road network. Next, we have Matthew Henson Middle School. You'll notice that along the right-hand side of the screen, there's an area in red moving out, going to Davis, and then an area below that in green moving in from Milton Summers. The dark black outline indicates what the boundary and the zone will be for Matthew Henson. The state rated capacity is 668 students. Their official September 30, 2019 enrollment was 811 students. Plan A has them projected to open in school year 22-23 with 654 students, and will go to 666 for school year 25-26.
Public, why we use the 2019 enrollment.
Good point. So the redistricting committee used the official numbers from September 30th of 2019 because the pandemic had significant impacts on the actual attendance and enrollments at schools across Charles County, across Maryland, and across the country. So the most reliable data that was available that we were able to use was the official September 30th, 2019 data. So that's what was used. Now keep in mind that that data would then have to be extrapolated to what it will be for those students when the school opens with the full expansion in 22-23. So in 2019 numbers, the middle school students were actually current 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. This is the Matthew Henson zone as shown complete with the enrollment blocks, and the Matthew Henson zone shown with the underlying road network. Next, we have Mattawoman Middle School. Mattawoman Middle School had one change, and there was a block shown in the upper center portion in red that was moving out. It went to Davis. The state rated capacity at Mattawoman Middle School was 912. Their official enrollment for September 30, 2019 was 1,026. Plan A has them proposed to open in school year 22-23 with an enrollment of 915 students, and then moving up to 943 in school year 25-26. This is the Mattawoman zone shown complete with the enrollment blocks, followed by the Mattawoman zone with the underlying road network shown. The next school we have is Picklewaxen Middle School. You'll see there are areas along the upper area that are in green moving in from Milton Summers. The state rated capacity of Picklewaxen is 563 students. The official September 30th, 2019 number was 450. Plan A has them opening in school year 22-23 at 551 students, and then going up to 570 students for school year 25-26. This is the Picklewaxen zone shown complete with all the enrollment blocks, and the Picklewaxen zone shown with the underlaying road network. Next, we have General Smallwood Middle School. General Smallwood is receiving blocks in green along the right-hand side of the screen from Milton Summers. And then this entire zone is shown outlined in the darker bold. The state-rated capacity of General Smallwood is 604 students. Their official September 30th, 2019 enrollment was 527 students. Plan A has them proposed to open in school year 22-23 at 555 students, and increasing to 561 for school year 25-26. This is General Smallwood zone with all the attendance blocks shown, and this is General Smallwood zone shown with the underlaying road network. Next, we have Milton Summers Middle School. You'll notice there are a number of areas in red that are moving out. You have out to Smallwood, out to Picklewaxen, out to Hanson, out to Stoddart, but then you also have areas in the upper right-hand side moving in from Stoddart and in from John Hanson. The state-rated capacity of Milton Summers Middle School is 795 students. Their official September 30th, 2019 enrollment was 1,086. Plan A has them projected to open in school year 22-23 at 686 students, and going up to 860 for school year 25-26. This is the Milton Summers zone, shown with all the enrollment blocks. And this is the entire Milton Summers zone shown with the underlaying road network. The last school is Benjamin Stoddart Middle School. There are areas in green to the left-hand side moving in from John Hanson, and then the block below moving in from Milton Summers. And then there are two areas to the right-hand side in red moving out to John Hanson and out to Summers. The state-rated capacity you see is shown with an asterisk with the 975. That is the proposed state-rated capacity. The actual state-rated capacity will not be determined until everything is complete and the building is open. But this has been what the design number was, and we are confident that that will be the number that the state will approve. 975 was the number that the Redistricting Committee used when they completed their work as well. The current SRC, as was mentioned earlier, is 711. Their official enrollment for September 30th, 2019 was 814 students. And Plan A has them proposed to open in school year 22-23 at 986, moving up to 1,019 in school year 25-26. This is the Benjamin Stoddart zone shown in its entirety with all the enrollment blocks, and the Benjamin Stoddart zone shown with the road network underlaid. Next, we have a quick reference chart that lists all the middle schools along the left-hand side, and as you move from left to right, the next column is the state-rated capacity, followed by the official September 30th, 2019 enrollment, and the Plan A proposed enrollment for opening school year 22-23, and then all the way to the right, the proposed enrollment for opening in school year 25-26. Next, under the resource section, as was mentioned earlier, the county has an interactive redistricting map that's available. It is on the board's redistricting page, and you'll see the link for it here. All of the general facts and other information for redistricting, comments that have been asked, all of that information is available on that page. The maps that are available for everyone to use. You have to check the disclaimer box, and then you're able to look at the zones, you're able to turn on layers and look at information about the block numbers and how many students are there. Keep in mind that those numbers that are on there only reflect existing students, but you also have a search bar where you can type in an address and it will zoom you right into an area so you're able to see where you are and what your impact is. You can also turn on the existing zone and do the same thing, so if you want to know as it relates to the existing and what the change is. All of that is available, as mentioned, on the Alternative A map. Additionally, emailing comments is the best way to send in your information. That email address is redistrict@ccboe.com. And last slide is the remaining steps of what's next. As mentioned, tonight is the first public hearing for Alternative A, the Superintendents Recommendation. We'll follow that by a virtual meeting tomorrow from 6 to 8. And then in October, the board will take action the redistricting decision would become effective for the start of the 22-23 school year. So that concludes my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. We have just a couple people who have joined us live, so I wanted to make sure. We have board member Mr. Hancock, who is now here with us, and I think I see a couple of community folks, and I didn't know if we could see if any of them wanted to make any comments or come up for anything. I'm getting everybody saying a no. Okay, great. I want to thank members of the community who have emailed us with some comments and considerations, and as Steve mentioned, tomorrow we will have our final virtual public hearing. So we encourage the community to log on and join us. And also please email us your comments, your questions, so that we can have all that information ready for the board. With that, I want to thank you, Ms. Wilson. I think we are done, unless there's any other comments or questions. Okay.
If they wanted to make a statement or any further discussion? No?
Again, just reiterate, tomorrow there's an online event for the same thing. If people want to listen to that, and they can have an opportunity to make comment as well.
And I believe Shelley is going to send a reminder to our community again tonight about tomorrow's event.
The official portion. I want to thank everyone for joining us virtually, and we hope that we will see you tomorrow. Thank you again for joining us. This concludes the formal portion. Thank you.